So there's been a lot of heated debate recently about deranking in Dead by Daylight. Why? I don't know. This shit has been going on for years, but for some reason now it's a hot topic, so let's discuss it really quick. I'm only going to focus on survivor deranking because people agree that killer deranking is mostly just based on the horrible queue times you can get from ranking up too fast, and additionally the higher rank queues for some reason have actually seemed a lot better as of late, so it's not much of an issue, at least right now. There are killers that derank, but it's not the hot topic really. The main heat is definitely around survivor deranking because, queue times are usually not an issue for them. While I personally don't derank, I can at least see why people who spend, 50 plus hours a week playing Survivor would want to. This topic has been talked about to death, so I'm really just going to boil it down to a very simple point. People that are against Survivor deranking argue the moral aspect the most. It's not right to bully less skilled players. And I'm not even going to mention the point that rank is pretty much zero indication of skill, so a lower or higher rank isn't relevant, but I'll happily admit at least that point can be argued. The only point I'm going to bring up is fun. Fun is the main reason anyone plays a video game other than maybe like professional esports players. If you are against Survivor deranking because you are morally opposed to them ruining other people's fun by nature of a vast artificial skill gap, you're basically insinuating that these players must sacrifice their own fun for the betterment of others. Yeah, it's not a very nice thing to derank with the sole intention of beating up new players, and if that's the only reason you derank, it's fair that people will give you shit. Additionally, if you derank by just immediately leaving games and screwing your team over, that's not really acceptable either. However, on the flip side, you have to realize what you're doing if you criticize this. You're basically saying you are not allowed to have your version of fun because it involves ruining someone else's fun. Which again, that's a true statement. You are putting your own fun first ahead of everybody else if you derank as a survivor. And that's kind of my main argument here. So what? Who the hell puts anyone else's fun first in Dead by Daylight? Both sides have never, collectively as a community, not a single time, cared about the opposing side's fun. So many people that are staunchly against Survivor deranking are just like killer mains that could not give less of a shit about how much fun the survivors are having. Tunneling, camping, there are people that will literally watch the last survivor bleed out for 4 minutes just because, hey, fuck this guy. And yeah, it would be wonderful if everyone cared about everyone's fun. I try my very best as killer to not tunnel or camp and give everyone at least some chance at having fun. But even I will admit that I still value myself having fun more than my opponents. Still, the reality is, if you're of the mindset that deranking is morally wrong because it ruins other people's fun, you should probably try looking inwards and realize you probably don't care about anyone else having fun either. How are you morally any better then? Honestly, the main thing is really none of this should be directed at players whatsoever. All of this energy should be directed at the developers. Maybe if they were more than a handful of excellent killers, survivors wouldn't derank to avoid, 80 Nurse and Billies in a row. Maybe if matchmaking was a bit wider, people wouldn't get the same player 6 times in a row late at night. These are, reasons survivors would derank. It's really on the developers to have an answer to these issues. And attacking people for having fun, even if that fun is at the expense of others, is just as bad as the people deranking themselves. I guarantee you don't place your opponent's fun higher on a priority list than your own, so really, you're just doing the same thing that you're condemning them for. It's a lot easier to ignore that you may be ruining people's fun every game, regardless of your rank, and that's honestly okay. Usually, if you are having fun, it means the other side is not having fun. There are occasionally games that are enjoyed by both sides, but the majority is going to leave one side feeling worse than the other. The point of all of this is don't give people shit for wanting to have fun. All of this energy needs to be directed at behavior to make it actually possible for both sides to have fun at the same time. Now, how do you actually do that? Hell if I know. I have no idea. That is a daunting task, and I honestly don't see it ever happening. The thing is, deranking is a symptom of lack of fun, not a disease itself. It's still an unpleasant thing, and I don't even condone it. Nobody I know that deranks is even happy about the fact they have to do it, nor are they proud. But it's the only thing they can do to still have fun in the game after having played it an extremely long time. All I'm saying is, you have to really look at the other side more and realize you might have way more in common with their argument than you think. After all, we're all just playing the game to have fun, and the vast majority of the time, that fun is coming at the expense of someone else. That's just the nature of multiplayer games.